Math Module 4, Lesson 31. I can divide decimal dividends by non-unit decimal divisors. Make sure everything I do in the video, you do in your workbook. Pause to catch up, rewind to rewatch. Good luck! Problem number 1, letter A. 34 and 8/10 divided by 6/10. Well, I'm going to write this as a fraction. So I have 34 and 8/10 as my dividend, which is also my numerator, divided by 6/10, which becomes my denominator. Well, 8 is in the 10th, 6 is in the 10th, so I'm going to multiply by 10. Well, I know that the 8 is going to move one greater place value because it's times 10. So the 8 is in the ones, the 4 must be in the tens now, and the 3 is in the hundreds. Divided by, the 6 is in the tenths, so tenths times 10 means I'm moving it to the ones, so 6 is in the ones now. So I've got to do some division because it says 348 divided by 6, or 348 sixths. So let's do our long division. 348, my dividend, divided by 6. 3 divided by 6, or how many 6's go into 3, can't do it. Put an X, so I don't put any numbers there. 34 divided by 6, or how many 6's fit into 34? 5. That needs to line up right above the 4. 5 times 6 is 30. 34 minus 30 is 4. Bring down that 8. 48 divided by 6, or how many 6's fit into 48? 8. 8 times 6, 48. Oh, I love it. 0. Love when they end in 0. So 348 sixths is equal to 58. Make sure you showed all your work. Problem number 2, letter A. So I'm skipping one. 21 and 56 hundredths divided by 98 hundredths. So I'm going to write that as a fraction. My dividend, 21 and 56 hundredths, becomes my numerator, divided by 98 hundredths, which becomes my denominator, which is really my divisor. Well, the 6 and the 8 are both in the hundredths place, so I know I'm going to multiply by 100. So what that tells me is the 6 is going to move, when I multiply the 6 times 100, I'm moving it 2 place values larger. So it's going to first move to the tenths and then finally end in the ones. So 6 is in the ones, 5 would be in the tens, 1 would be in the hundredths, and 2 would be in the thousands. Now the denominator. That 8 is in the hundredths. I'm multiplying by 100, so that tells me my 8 is moving 2 place values larger. So 8 first goes to the tenths and then lands in the ones. So 8 in the ones, 9 must be in the tens. Oh, so I have 2,156 98ths. I got to do some long division. So my dividend, 2,156 divided by my divisor of 98. Well, 98 can't go into 2. 2 divided by 98 can't do. 21 divided by 98 can't do. 98 is way too big. 215 divided by 98, definitely attainable. So I can fit 2 98s. So I can do, over in my little toolbox, like we used to do in Module 2, 2 times 8, 16, carry the 10, 2 times 9, 18, plus 1, 19. So 2 times 98 is 196. Subtract. I have to borrow. So that is 1 in the tens becomes a 0, and ones becomes 15. 15 minus 6 is 9. I can't do 0 minus 9, so I got to borrow. So that 2 becomes a 1, and that 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 9 I can do, which is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Bring down. So I have 196. Well, wow, if I look at my toolbox over here, I can take two 98s and make 196. So I'm going to put a 2 above the 6. 2 times 98 happens to be 196, and we love when we get zeros. So 2,156 98ths, or 2,156 divided by 98, is equal to 22. Make sure you showed all your work. Number 2, letter C. So yes, I skipped B. It's okay. This one is different than the previous problems that we've solved, so I need you to pay extra careful. So we have 4 and 55 hundredths divided by 7 tenths. So I'm going to rewrite as a fraction. So my dividend becomes my numerator, 4 and 55 hundredths divided by 7 tenths. Well, this is the first problem where we've had one number ending in the hundredths and the other ending in the tenths. We pay attention to the divisor, the 7 tenths. So I'm going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 10, because the 7 is in the tenths place. Well, 4 and 55 hundredths times 10 means that 5 in the hundredths place is moving one place value larger, so it's going to be in the tenths. So tenths, decimal, ones, 4s, in the tens. So 45 and 5 tenths. So now my denominator says 7 tenths times 10. So that times 10 means the number in the tenths place moves to the ones. So the 7 becomes 7 ones. So I have 45 and 5 tenths divided by 7, or 45 and 5 tenths, sevenths. Well, let's do our long division, because I need to find what that's equivalent to, because it's an improper fraction. Let's be perfectly honest. So we have 45 and 5 tenths as my dividend, divided by my divisor of 7. 4 divided by 7, or how many 7s fit into 4? I can't do it. 4 is too tiny. 45 divided by 7 is 6. 6 times 7 is 42. Subtract. 5 minus 2 is 3. 4 minus 4 is 0. Bring down the 5. 35 divided by 7. Or how many 7s fit into 35? Well, I know that that's 5. 5 times 7, 35. Love when it balances to a 0. But I have to bring this decimal directly north. So 45 and 5 tenths divided by 7 is equal to 6 and 5 tenths. I must have that decimal. So if you have to add the decimal when you first write 45 and 5 tenths divided by 7 and you immediately bring it up, whatever you need to do to make sure you don't forget it. Because without it, your answer is wrong. Make sure you showed all your work.